Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we are going to do a comparison between Venue, Sonet, Creta and Seltos. So I'm doing this comparison to find out which car to buy under 13 lakhs on road. So many of you are commenting in the comment section that what to buy, whether to go for Sonet or pay like 1.5 lakhs more and go for this Creta or Seltos. So I thought of making this video to clear your doubts. So let's start the comparison. So the variants I am taking here in this comparison are the sort of most value for money variants of each of their cars. So let's talk about Sonet, the variant I'm considering for Sonet is the HTX variant. For Venue it is SX variant. For Seltos it is HTK variant, and for Creta it is EX variant, not the base E variant. I am considering the Creta EX variant for in the petrol model. So let's start talking about the engine and performance of these cars. So for Sonet and Venue, they uses the 1 liter turbocharged petrol engine. For the Sonet it is mated to an IMT gearbox, 6-speed IMT gearbox, but for the Venue you have the option to go for either IMT gearboxes or you have regular gearboxes with clutch. So first of all, as an overall package, I would rate the engine and performance as very good for both Sonet and Venue. So the next main thing you are going to ask is that whether to go for IMT gearboxes, or is it reliable, is it safe, is it a good idea to go for IMT gearboxes or go for the conventional clutch and gearbox. So straight away let me tell you, like if you think that IMT gearboxes is more convenient for you, then definitely go ahead and buy the IMT gearboxes. Firstly, it is a cost effective solution. Secondly, they are reliable, and especially when it is coming from a company like Hyundai, you can definitely trust on it. And thirdly, I would say it will sort of reduces the amount of wear and tear for the clutch rather than having a manual clutch. Okay, so for someone who is sort of worrying about the clutch and all, I would say the wear and tear of the clutch in the IMT gearboxes will be lesser in comparison to a manual clutch. Okay, so overall the performance is very good for the Sonet and Venue, and there isn't any sort of difference in the engine tuning as well. So the performance is almost similar. Now talking about the Seltos and the Creta, here they are getting a naturally aspirated 1.5 liter petrol engine, and here also I would say overall the engine and performance is very good. There are sort of small shortcomings for both these engines. That is, for the 1 liter engine, it is in city driving conditions there is a slight bit of turbo lag in the lower RPMs. That is a sort of small shortcoming for the 1 liter engine, and similarly for the 1.5 liter engine, it doesn't have that mid-range punch that which a turbo engine provides. So on highways and all, if you are sort of wanting for that instant push from the engine, then definitely it is sort of lacking. It is better on the 1 liter engine, but overall I would say both these engines are really good and good enough for the cars, respective cars size and weight of the cars, and I would give a slight edge for the 1 liter turbo engine for that sporty character. Now talking about the mileage of these cars, I would say the mileage of all these cars are almost similar. Be it the 1 liter engine or the 1.5 liter engine, the mileage of these cars are almost similar. That is, you can expect around 12 to 14 kilometers per liter in city driving conditions and around 17 to 19 kmpl on the highway driving conditions, irrespective of all the cars. All the cars will sort of retain this mileage, this rated mileage. Now talking about the suspension and comfort. So let's start talking about the Sonet itself. I would rate the suspension and comfort of Sonet overall as good, not very good or not excellent. So let's first talk about the suspension itself. It has a hard suspension, and I would say in this comparison between Sonet, Venue, Seltos and Creta, I would say Sonet has the most hardest suspension. So the problem with this suspension is that it gives you the highway stability and all, but still you will feel all the sort of patches on the road, that is a small pothole or any of that sort. Even the expansion joints on the bridges are also sort of felt inside the cabin. So I would say in terms of suspension, it has got a hard suspension, which it isn't a great thing for a car for sure. Now talking about the comfort of it, so I would rate the space in the car as enough. That is, it is uh, neither more or nor less. It is enough for the passengers who travel in it. And in terms of other comfort, I would say it has a sunroof in the HTX variant itself, which is a very good thing. Now talking about the venue, here also I would rate the overall suspension and comfort as good. So let's start talking about the suspension itself. It is also a hard suspension like what is found on the Sonet, but it is slightly softer than the Sonet, but still I would say it is hard to offer a comfortable ride for the passengers. Secondly, in terms of space, I would say it is slightly tight on space for sure. That is, for Sonet it offers an enough space, but for venue definitely there is a requirement of slightly more space for, especially for the rear seat passengers. And thirdly, it definitely has the sunroof, which definitely improves the comfort of the car. Now talking about the Seltos, so here also again I would rate the suspension and comfort as good. So let's start talking about the suspension. It also has a hard suspension, so it is not as hard as the Sonet for sure, but I would say it's so near to the Sonet suspension, so I won't say that it offers a comfortable ride. And secondly, in terms of comfort, it offers good amount of space, and definitely all the passengers will be comfortable with this space because it offers good amount of space. Now talking about one or two shortcomings, the first one is it has fixed headrest at the rear, which isn't a comfortable option for the rear passengers. And secondly, it doesn't have automatic AC, so you can't just set a temperature and all. And thirdly, it doesn't have a sunroof. So that's for the Seltos. And now talking about the Creta, I would rate the suspension and comfort of Creta as very good. So firstly, talking about the suspension, it has a soft suspension which almost absorbs everything on the road and provides a comfortable ride for the rear seat or all the passengers. And secondly, it has the most spacious cabin. It has a wider cabin, it has large windows, so thereby all the passengers inside the car are really comfortable. And one or two shortcomings are, firstly, it has fixed headrest, rear headrests are fixed. Secondly, it doesn't have automatic AC, and thirdly, it doesn't have a sunroof. So these are the shortcomings of the Creta in terms of suspension and comfort and all. Now let's talk about the safety, stability and service cost. So since all these cars are from the parent and sister companies, in terms of service cost, I would say they are almost similar. Overall, I would say I would rate the service cost of Hyundai Kia as slightly high in the long run, but still here I would say the service cost is similar for all the cars. There isn't much difference between the Venue and Creta or Sonet and Seltos. Now talking about the safety and stability, here also in terms of safety, although they are two different segment cars, I would say in terms of safety they are almost similar. There aren't much differences. They are almost similar. They offer decent safety. I would rate the safety stability as overall very good, but still I would say they can improve the structural rigidity on all the cars, on all the cars mentioned here. Especially the crash test rating of the Seltos and all, which it got only 3 stars, which isn't a good thing for the Hyundai or Kia. So that's about the safety and stability. In terms of stability, definitely, since all these cars have I mean most of the cars have hard suspension, and even for the Creta also stability is really good on high speeds. Now let's talk about the pricing of these cars. So the Sonet HTX variant, it is the cheapest variant here. It is priced around 11.5 lakhs on road. It differs between states and all, but still it lies around 11.5 lakhs on road. Talking about the venue, it is around 11.8 lakhs on road, and for the Seltos HTK variant, it is around 12.6 lakh on road, and for the Creta EX variant, it is around 13 lakh on road. So some might ask why choose the Creta EX variant and not the E variant, the base variant. The simple reason is that the base variant doesn't offer any music system and all, but the EX variant offers a touch screen, which is very crucial. I would say all these basic features are necessary for a car of 12 lakhs or 13 lakhs. So that's why I chose to go with the Creta EX variant. So now let's move on to the conclusion of this comparison. So firstly, if you are considering between Sonet and Venue, that is the variants which I compared now, that is the HTX, Sonet HTX versus Venue SX variant, I would clearly say that Sonet is a clear winner and offers the most value for your money. So if you are confused between the Sonet and Venue, clearly go for Sonet. Only go for Venue if you need a manual gearbox, that is if you are sort of that much enthusiast and want to go for a manual gearbox, then definitely go for the Venue. And I am again repeating that IMT gearboxes are reliable in the long term, and you can definitely go ahead and buy the Sonet with the IMT gearbox. Now talking about the comparison between the combat SUVs and the SUVs, all the major factors like engine, mileage, safety are almost similar between the combat SUVs and SUVs. So only go for the SUVs if you need a bigger car and a more comfortable and spacious car. Okay, so that's between the combat SUVs and SUVs. And if you have noted down between Seltos and Creta, or if you are confused between Seltos and Creta, I would say Seltos offers slightly more value because it is sort of cheaper than the similarly spec'd Creta for around 40 to 50k. But I would say if you have the money for Creta, then go for the Creta, because Creta justifies the premium with a better suspension and more space inside the car. So finally, I would say you can go for the one you personally like the most in between Seltos and Creta. Okay, so this is my conclusion between the Venue, Sonet, Creta and Seltos. And as I have already told you in the conclusion, the most value for money choice under 13 lakhs would be the Sonet HTX variant. So I hope you like this video, and if you liked it, do hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. And if you have any doubts related to this comparison, do comment down below in the comment section. I will definitely look to it. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in my next video.